What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about using built-in text editors from various websites that teach how to do web development. So we've got platforms that are popular today. We have like Scrimba, there's Codecademy, and then there's like Learn JavaScript.online. These are three popular platforms. They're not the only ones that promote this kind of learning, but they're three of the big players right now. And they all come if you kind of click into their courses. So we can just go in. This is one from the website Scrimba. And if we just go to click on like Learn Flexbox, for example, you can click on the course. And I think this is just like a free course. And it'll start playing. But it'll teach you stuff. And then same thing with Codecademy. It'll teach you stuff, like you can click on, whatever you want to learn, go to your dashboard. They just want your email address, I think. I used these. This account is from a long time ago. But if you go into their actual lessons, you're going to read some material about the stuff, and then they're going to give you challenges to actually do, what it taught you basically. So this one is about headings. It wants you to go in. It's going to teach you about headings in the text here, and it's going to say, hey, now that you know headings, make these headings and make them say this and that. And it's going to have you do them right here in this little built-in text editor. And there's nothing like super wrong with that, but if you're going to learn web development and take this serious, I highly suggest that you use these lessons, but you save all of these exercises and do them in your own text editor. Don't just rely on a built-in text editor from some platform, because that's not real development, guys. And it's bad enough that a lot of these platforms, they'll teach you syntax. They'll teach you how to, how to make a tag or an HTML tag or a CSS, but they're not always great at like really hammering concepts in your head. To get a concept down in your head, you really have to take the time to play with stuff. So learn something and then play with it on your own, and then, or better yet, put it in a real project right away, like actually build a real project right away. So let's go back. So that was Codecademy. Let's go back to Scrimba here. And they're going to teach us how to do Flexbox. So what I would do right away, and how I learned from some of these platforms as a new web developer, is I would take all of this code and copy it in my own text editor and make my own lesson files. And as the person was talking, or as I was reading whatever I was reading on the platform, I would take detailed notes, okay? And then I would finish the lesson, and then I would do what they wanted me to do, but not in their built-in text editor. I would do it in my own text editor, so I could save those files, work in my own, local web development environment in a real text editor, and I would then later push all those notes to GitHub every day. So now I have like a GitHub of all the stuff that I've learned, and I have my own little code snippets that I can go back and use or learn from whenever I forget stuff. So just to show you, let's minimize this. And then let's pretend like I was taking this class from the Scrimba.com website. And this is not sponsored, guys. I'm just using these as an example. These platforms have no idea that I exist, and I'm not really pushing them. They're out there. You can use them. But I would create a folder, and I would call it like Scrimba Flexbox course. Okay. And then I would pull up Visual Studio Code and drag my file over here, and then I'll make it. So we'll call this will be like lesson 1. So it'd be like 1- intro, maybe. I don't know. We'll just call it intro.html. And then I would make my own boilerplate code. So in Visual Studio Code, that would be Shift ! Tab. And then I would put my lesson name up here, 1 Flexbox intro. And then I would go back to that lesson. And I'm not exactly sure what they want me to do, but I'm going to at least copy this code. And I'm going to put it here in my body tags. Just I'll copy the stuff in the body. And then there's also some CSS on here. So Got an index.css and a basic CSS. So that's weird. I don't know why that's in two separate files, but I'll just put all of the CSS up right in that lesson. I don't need a separate file for that. It's just a little bit of CSS. So go open my head. I'll make some style tags. And if you know, you should know, hopefully you'd have to at least know some basics to do this, I guess. So if you're brand new, maybe this won't apply to you. But if you know enough, a lot of people who are learning web development, they get stuck, they quit a lot, and then they come back to different platforms and they try to learn again. If you know, at least what style tags and all this stuff is, you can do this, of course. But I'm just going to copy the CSS that they have and put it in here. So we have container. We're just making all of this local, right? And see how they did their selectors here with these stupid less thans? Oh, I hate that. This style of CSS drives me crazy. This just makes stuff so... Oh, I don't like that. Anyway, I'm going to copy paste it. I learned a different way, guys. I mean, I guess I'm more old school, but I wouldn't recommend... I mean, you can select your selectors like this, but damn, that's... And a real project, I don't even like how they're teaching this. That's confusing, but that's besides the point. Let's not roast Scrimba. So let's go live. Now that I have everything that they... So look, now I have what they have live. So it looks just like theirs. I have all the code copied over. And now I'll take their little tutorial lesson. So we'll hit start. Okay. And they're going to teach us how to do something. I don't want to play it all. I don't want to get like a copyright strike or whatever. This is their course. But I think it's free though. But they're showing us how to display stuff flex. Okay, so we'd watch the whole lesson. So he's just teaching us how to use flex to put stuff side by side. So I would do the lesson, and then when he asked me to like, hey, make stuff go side by side like I just did in the challenge, there's usually like challenges after the lessons. I would, while he was talking, first of all, if I was brand new to Flexbox and all this, I would have my text editor open like right next to it. I mean, I have like a 3-screen setup that I'm working with, so I would just put it on my other screen. But just to show you guys, I would have this stuff side by side when I'm going through these lessons. And then like in here, I would make little notes, like little, whoops, that's a JavaScript note. I make HTML notes right here and within a comment. Because remember, this is just for you to learn, guys. Like, nobody's going to really look at this, so just come up here and just put, just start making notes. Flexbox, puts, elements, side by side, stuff like that. Whatever he's saying in the lesson that'll help you remember stuff, take the notes as he's talking and you're watching it. And then when he gives you the challenge, so I'm sure the challenge is like, hey, make them go side by side. We would eventually, what would I do? I would do the challenge, right? So it would be this container class up here. And we would just say up here, display flex, save, and then go into my lesson. Hey, I did it. Okay. Because I know how to do it, obviously, but yeah. So, and the same thing goes for, this is like learn JavaScript online, especially when you're learning programming, guys. And you shouldn't be even jumping into JavaScript until you know HTML and CSS fairly well. But once you do and you're learning actual programming especially, like you really want to be in your own text editor, taking notes, doing the challenges on your own. Don't just follow built-in editors. You're going to get confused. And it's really hard to learn different concepts unless you write them out yourself and play with them. Like, see how this is all pre-written out for you? That's not really going to help you, man. It's better to copy it over, write your own, and learn that way. All right? So, don't want to make this video too long. Just want to get the message out there. If you're new to learning web development, do not rely on built-in text editors to learn. Always set stuff up in your own editor. Make your own notes. And then this is an example of what it would look like at the end. So this is my personal GitHub. And see, there's this course that I took when I first did the JavaScript course a couple of years ago from Scrimba. And look, I have everything divided into nice little folders. So I have like JavaScript challenges, the notes that I took for each lesson, everything. So like I started at 1. I don't know why it's not in order here, but there's 20 something lessons. I have 1, 2, 3. So this was the lesson code that I copied over. I put my own notes in here. I put challenges in here. And then I did each one myself in my own environment to help me learn better. Okay, I actually wrote the code out myself, played around with it, did stuff like that. All right? So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.